I do apologize for the late start today, though. I don't know, I seem like I've just been a disorganized mess for various reasons, I guess I enjoyed doing biking a little too much on my time off. Okay, so we are going to do the story today, which means we need to go and take a look at the butterfly requests. So yeah, so basically we need to go to the Sultan area. We can just get there really quick going this way. Take the balloon. Wait, what class am I? I did change back to... No, I'm... first thing we should do is, get back to being a wizard. Well, actually, I can just do this. That's the first thing we need to get done. You're a wizard, Harry. And we go ahead now, head for the balloon. We'll fly on over to the Sultan's area. I mean, that's subjective, huh? Yeesh. Odin. You know, for a while though, I was thinking Odin was maybe his father in secret. Yay, we can have a giant, scary Black Knight guy with us. The Black Knight shall defend. Sounds like a good tank, to be honest. Well, I definitely will take that awful. Assuming I ever get a point in the story to, like, actually invite people I want to join. Made Odin laugh. What is this dude doing now? Uh-huh. Sure, sure. Well, he's not exactly fearsome. Straight from the carton. Well, I mean, if you're the only one drinking it, or that you live alone, but clearly a menace to society. He dare drinketh from a milk carton. But if you're the only one drinking from it, it saves you from wasting your cups. His dream is to take on the Dark Sultan for milk. Yeah, and hopefully it's never heard again. Yeah, I just never really going to invite him, you know. Well, now I can go to there. Oh no. You know, actually, I wonder, does this even, like, take place in the same universe as the sequel? Like... Because, I mean, the world in this game, from what I can tell, is not exactly very big so far. I mean, it could be, like, you know, a bigger world outside the boundaries of what we have in the game, but... like an aspect of world domination, you know, you think would involve needing to acknowledge some other places as well, you know. Good looking him. Yeah, my sentiments is exactly like that. Hey, cape upgrade. Ooh. Looking good. For some reason I wasn't wearing an accessory apparently. Okay, so we need, what other butterfly requests are there? We need I think that's that portal that was in the back. So he knows what the butterfly is. Interesting. So the last thing said I needed to check my mailbox. I'm gonna be pissed if I have to come back all the way over here. Well. What? Wait, I'm confused. So in says I got a weddle. Okay. Wait, now I gotta go back because I had no way actually wed the weddle. Funny that it shows you needing to go to your mailbox still, even though it's already been wed. So he said it'll be in split. That was the way it came. Outskirts. So what's like clothing around here actually? What's up with all these people trying to sell me? It's like people trying to fucking sell houses or rentable places on like the Facebook Marketplace. And everyone's just giving me gifts here. Outrageous. Anyway, let's see what the outrageous price will be. Yeah, no. No. Okay, well, that should be everything in the butterfly list now. I guess everything else isn't really. So let's see what unlocks after that one. Travelers will get more interesting. And throughout the night they talked. A huge talking bear. Where the fuck did that come from? What do monsters desire? Amazing. Simply amazing. Oh. Why does she know of it? It's kind of like random. Why? Is the queen a monster? Or a spirit? Well, we didn't feel it. Very motivating. Oh, more party members? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with more party members. I can't be picky when the game doesn't let me have any during the story, so... All the more meat shields. Ooh, excuse me. On one out then. May the spirits be with you. What took you so long? Well, I got a bottle of water. And the one to take my time for, well, your mother was like, you know, demanding and stuff. He dressed for the occasion. Deja vu. More party members. Well, let's get a pony and let's head on out. You know, you would think the weaker things would, like, eventually stop, like, aggroing on you. I'm assuming my horse won't go in. Yeah. And off we go. Inward we are. I don't know what these doofuses doing here. I think the butterfly's friend is possessing them. Hey, Way. How you doing? I mean, he's very clearly possessed. Well, that's gonna be a different problem we have to run into, it seems. So we gotta get to the deep area. Now, if I remember correctly, we kind of peeked into the deep area. Oh, is this thing actually gonna have some use? Oh no. Boo. It's some hobo. It's Timo, it's Timo Snufkin. Yeah, there we go. Timo Snufkin. Well, time to fight the forest people. To war! What you up to today, Way? What you got in the cards? To help you, as in her, as in the princess? Well, that doesn't sound so entertaining. Maybe she felt like it was a necessity then. Well, let's see what happens. Way said he never made it this far in the story, so guess we'll go in uncharted territories. I mean, this ain't spooky by any means. I mean, what's spooky? There's lots of other stuff. Oh, Lufia, the Fortress of Doom. Ooh. cashing in. Okay, what? Your votes. Lufia 2. Now at 2. Honestly, I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, I've been needing something like a kicking in the wheel to get to Lufia 1. Because while Lufia 2 is, I mean, still like one of the most amazing fucking JRPGs ever, in my opinion, Lufia 1 is very, like, traditional, like, I mean, very, very traditional, which isn't bad, but, I mean, there's, how to put it, there are hundreds of traditional JRPGs. So, you know, if you don't have like a slightly unique hook to you, then it's kind of a, you know, a bit of a battle to choose, you know? I mean, like I said, every other Lufia game has always been very interesting. I mean, even the GBA one, as a horrible failure of RPG, that one was, you know, tries to at least emulate some of the things of Lufia 2 itself. But yeah, Lufia 1 is a by the standards book thing, and I've really been needing a kicking ass to go do that. Like I said, Lufia 1 and the Game Boy Color game are the only two Lufia games I don't have beat. I have Lufia 1 beat, I have the Game Boy Advance game beat, and I have the DS reimagining of 2 beat. I mean, and even, like, I know a lot of original fans really hate the DS game. Don't get me wrong. I was sad to see it being like a cheap, like, Kingdom of Hearts hack and slash thing, too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really wanted, like, you know, the turn-based combat and the Zelda puzzles, but, like, I mean, it really did some interesting, like, things, like, additions to some of the really memorable scenes of Lufia 2, which, I mean, I really appreciate. Like, I really like the, like, for example, there's 2 thieves in the game. Like, you only bump into them a little in the original game. They actually show up multiple more times in the DS game, and they really add a whole lot of extra stuff to the story, especially some of the end scenes. There's like a really neat scene they do that's really neat. And again, they also kept like minor scenes like eating the fish and the whole thing with the golden apple, which is stuff they could have really just gutted out. And like, I appreciate what they tried to do. Well, the Sinistrals are basically gods, and yes, there are elves. There was also mermaids. At least, I think there were mermaids, right? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, there definitely are elves. In the Lufia 2, one of your party members is an elf. I think one of the characters is an elf in Lufia 1's party. To be fair, I'm a little rusty on the Lufia 1 party members. I know there's a green hair knight. You of course have Max's kid, who's the main character. Lufia, aka the namesake of the game. Who was the 4th party member in Lufia 1? Maybe that was the elf. Like I said, like I have played the original Lufia 1 a long time ago, but I never beat it, and I never got super far in it. Like I said, it's a very by-the-books RPG, and it, sadly, unlike every other entry in the series, doesn't have anything super memorable going for it outside of just being part of the Lufia series, sadly. You know, like, Luvia is really weird in a way, because, you know, a lot of times when, like, back in the, you know, NES, SNES, Genesis eras of series, like, a lot of times the first game would be very well known, and then the sequel would usually be the weird black sheep, and then they would course correct. It's bizarre because like Lufia is like the complete opposite, where Lufia 2 is like the most regarded fucking game in the series, and Lufia 1's like the most forgettable. Like it's actually a really bizarre flip. Uh-oh. Nah. Let's just continue on the forest. Let's go. Well, the last one was inside the monster, so you know they could use some little bits of creativity in that regards. Easy. Wait, they chewed on you a little? More violence. But yeah, I believe the elf in Lufia 2's name was Audie, if I remember correctly. Let's see, you had, of course, Maxus. You had, I think, Tina, I think was her name. I forgot what Maxus's, actually, wait, I should bite my tongue on it. Let's see, I know the blonde guy was named Guy. What was the multi-hair guy's name? Derek, I think. Derek? Something like that? Oh, that dude was hilarious in the fucking Luvia 2. He was the comedy. The comedy. Then I think the scientist's name was Lex, wasn't it? It's been so long since I played Lufia 2. It's hard to think it's been like 75% of my life at this point since I played it. Such a good game, though. I still find it really bizarre how nobody's really tried to emulate like that kind of gameplay, though. Like a Zelda-esque actual dungeon, but like when you encounter enemies, it's an RPG. Like I find it weird they never really tried that with anything. Like, the GBA game tried to do that. It didn't do very well, to be honest, in my opinion, in regards to that. I mean, it's really the only other game I know that tries to do that. Just go with it. Just let him do it. Oh no. This isn't gonna go well, is it? Played with Father Time. Wait, what? Wait, Father Time's the actual thing here? This isn't the Smurfs all of a sudden. I mean, it's really the only lead we have. More party members. I like it. So how, like, have you actually been Lufia 1 out of curiosity way? Actually, now that I think about it, I think we had this conversation where, like, it was a game you didn't finish, actually, I think you said before. When I think about it, I think you said that, right? Don't think so? Yeah, like, I don't remember. Oh, nice. Hey, if you need some spare money, like, the Lufia games are pretty pricey. Especially 2, obviously. I'm not sure what 1 goes for. 1 was probably the one I paid the most for. I think I paid, like, 25 for it back in the day. I got 2 for fucking $10. Probably makes people jealous. I got from a pawn shop. Lufia. Let's look. Lufia 2 is 145 loose, 334 quibbed, and over 1,000 if sealed. Fortress of Doom, 65 loose, 234 quibbed, and 750 sealed. The Legend with Horns, 105 loose. Holy shit, the Game Boy Color game costs $100 loose? Fuck! I don't even remember how much I paid for that. I remember I got off of Amazon though a long time ago. Holy, like, man, retro prices are fucking awful, I tell you. Look, I get making a buck, but come on. Honestly, like, this kind of shit makes me afraid of, like, younger people getting into gaming, like, other than emulation, like, how are young people supposed to get into this shit? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. My lord. $100 for a loose cartridge. Like, you know, I can understand 50-ish some bucks, but fuck. Then Return of the Course of the Sinistrals, which is the DS game, 48 loose, 65 quibbed, and 82 sealed. And then Wounds of Lore, which is the Game Boy Advance game, 52 loose, 177 quibbed, and 280 sealed. That's insane. And you know what's weird? Like, when I went to Japan, I actually saw they had a copy of the Japanese versions of Wounds of Lore, and it's also very expensive in Japan, which is really rare for JRPGs to be in Japan. Most JRPGs are pretty cheap. So, like, that's crazy. Rest in peace, younger generations waiting to get into this shit. Like, fuck. It makes me glad I grew up with games, because fuck, it is... Like, I could imagine starting getting into games right now without basically being a pirate. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. and then it's a trap. Or they live in a cave. One of the two. The hell are they even saying? Well, I mean, that's current eBay prices that I listed off. That's what they're going for now. Oh, I hate the inflation argument. I mean, like, I get it, but also, like, I fucking hate when people bring it up because it's also just kind of invalid in a way, also. Like, how to put this? Yes, there were games that were expensive back then, but that was because they were on cartridges. It's the exact same problem the Switch and the Switch 2 have. Like, cartridges cost money. Plastic discs are cheap as fuck. Where the discs are pennies, cartridges are not. The capacitors and things on the chips, and especially in Japan itself, where they were allowed to have lots of like custom chip things that weren't really like an option in American versions, which is why, like, if you listen to the music of Castlevania 3 in the Japanese version versus the US version, they had a special chip that enhanced the music of Castlevania 3, so you can see there was actually a very different sounding thing to the musics if you would to actually listen to them. Like, look them up on eBay, not eBay, I mean, look them up on YouTube. But all that stuff costs money. It's not cheap plastic where you can just burn a bunch of data onto that. So, like, RPGs were very common to be, like, in the $70, $80 range a lot of times. Like, the really big, translated, like, they usually did cost, like, the original Phantasy Star, if I remember correctly, I think costed, like, $80 when it came out of that. Like, so, yeah, they were expensive games, and prices were all over the place, because, again, it depended on a lot of different factors, especially in America, where there was additional localization and stuff needed. So, like, sometimes some games did actually cost more than that. But when we got to CD era, manufacturing a disc is cheap as fuck, and it only got cheaper and more perfected over time, and that caused game prices to get more averaged out. Because back then, like, they were all over the place. Oh my goodness, the Genesis cartridge adapter. Well, actually, you mean the Master System adapter, actually. So, Phantasy Star 1 is a Master System game. 2 and 3 and 4 are Genesis games. Now, if you're talking about Phantasy Star 1, then you were talking about the Master System adapter. Now, what's interesting about the adapter for the Game Gear and the Master System are actually insanely similar in specs. Like, if you're familiar with overseas in, what country was it that, like, the Master System's, like, a whole meme, like, it won't fucking die there. Like, it's, like, supposedly still produced today because it's so nostalgic, though. Game Gear games will literally ported over to the Master System in that fucking country. Like, it's, like, bizarro. But, yeah, like, aside from the cartridges needing to be able to hook up with each other, I believe there was an adapter for the Master System. I'm not sure about the Genesis running on it, though. Now, there was the Sega Nomad, which was a portable Genesis. I'm wondering if that's what you... Because I know there is a adapter for the Genesis that allow you to play Master System. Oh man, if it was a Nomad, blow, like, Nomad is, like, really expensive. That is... Oof. I never even had a Nomad. I got gifted a Nomad, actually, though. It was one of the nice gifts I got from being a YouTuber. Was a Game Gear? Okay. Be fair, I never messed with like adapter stuff with Game Gear, Master System, or Genesis. I actually own all three of those, so I never had to really mess with adapters before. So I'm not quite familiar with those, but I was familiar that there existed certain ones for certain thingy-mabobs. But yeah, it would make sense it was probably a Master System adapter for the Game Gear, because again, like I said, the Master System and Game Gear actually have incredibly similar hardware. The screen size is really the only thing that's, like, you know, a big thing now. And now we're trampling on every law known to man. And the town's outraged. Kill them! Burn them! They're witches! He's not gonna be happy. Now get the hell out. What's the other? Human others? What? Yeah, he's gonna be a stubborn one, isn't he? Oh dear. You know, Fantasy Star. You know, it's funny we started bringing up Fantasy Star though. Fantasy Star is a series I have very little familiarity with. It's a series one of my older viewers who hasn't been around in a long time, Willie, was into. Like he played a lot of them. So I have now. I want to separate play and beat. Technically, the only Fantasy Star games I beaten was the Xbox version of Fantasy Star Online and the single player story of Fantasy Star Universe. I have played Fantasy Star 1 to a okay degree. I played the GBA version a long time ago. Not a good version to play. Has a horrible save bug in it, sadly. I have played a little of 2 and 3. I've never played 4. Otherwise, I own, like a half dozen of several other entries, like the DS, PSP, and stuff. But, yeah. Online, yeah, I can't say I had a real experience with online, because when I played it, it was like one of the first games I got to try Xbox Online with, and like everyone that was online was basically like demigods. So basically, I just got ran through the whole game, like by people who just curb stomped everything. So I didn't really get the real Fantasy Star Online experience, to be honest. Something I've considered maybe going back and trying, but it's an MMO, and oh, Lord forbid I want to do all the grinding in a single player setting. You big meaty eye. Oh damn. A condition. See, I think the princess is allowed to be here. Well, I guess I don't really know our standards of butterfly. Next council meeting, I'll tell you the results of our opinion on butterflies. But yeah, and like at this point, like when it comes to Fantasy Star, I have like so it's debatable what is quote unquote the best way to experience Fantasy Star 1. Some of the best choices most people recommend is one of the newest ways, the Switch version, which offers you an actual in-game map, making many of the dungeons obviously vastly easier. But another contender that a lot of people recommended, and I have this, is the Fantasy Star Collection thing that was only released in Japan on the PS2. It has Fantasy Star 1 on it, and it also has the play novels, which will like little D&D visual novels that will available on the Sega channel. Now, what's interesting is the Phantasy Star 1 thing actually has an English option. Now, the play novel-y things, which I believe there were 4 of them, are not in English, so those will just kind of technically own those in some form. Though I believe they all have fan translations that you could emulate, though. But Phantasy Star is a series I have very little experience in, so if you're looking for stuff to vote up in as well, like that's a lot of different entries that I do own. I do own many of them in various ways. Of course, some of the other good ways to experience some of those entries are some of the Genesis collections. Probably the PS3 360 one's probably better for it, because the PS4, Switch, Xbox One version of the Genesis collection has some more bizarro things in it. Like, there's a lot of audio weirdities. Oh, you're fine. I'm just pointing out that technically almost the entirety of Phantasy Star is entries I have not beaten. So if you're interested in that series, that's something you could consider. But admittedly understandable, because like I mean, like fucking Elliot has like what, like 3 different, like, let me look here again. So Elliot put Parasite Eve 2, Final Fantasy Dissidia, Tiny Tina's Wonder World. You put on Dragon Dogma and this game and Lufia. So you still technically have Dragon's Dogma that you put on there before. Oh, no. Well, I mean, that's what the point system is. I mean, to be honest, you know, I could be a big dickhead like some people are and put everything behind the money thing. It's just a way to try and give people some kind of reward. Because, I mean, like, you know, otherwise it's just literally supporting, which is always appreciated too, of course. But you know, I try to do something there, yeah. But, yeah, you know, just... like, that's what, like, Dan and Pad did a lot of, just gathered up a lot of points and would vote with the points. But, of course, to get points, you have to be here. You have to be here. You have to be a viewer. It's, you know, being a viewer choice. Because, I mean, you know, if you're choosing, I hope you, like enjoy some amount of content from all this to some degree, I would hope. Less party members. Goat. Looks like cotton, not a lucky flower, but whatever. Oh, they're gonna let me stay at their house, so... well, it works for me. Well, I mean, if they don't even know who the human was, I mean, they're gonna even really remember. Die? Die? So, do they mean monsters by other? Is this the dark timeline of Pokemon? Oh lord. Everyone remember those Pokemon leaks? Oh dear. Let's go! More party members! Teemo Snufkin! Let's go! I'm probably pissing off somebody making that joke. Yeah, there's a very small path though to actually get in. Let's see, what are we on time? 1:06. Let's just try to forge ahead. I was late, so let's kind of worry about doing a little break. I'm not gonna be able to do as long as I normally do because I was a big late. But I want to try and make up for it a little bit. So let's just a duffel. Are you serious? It's a truffle. And these clowns still around. If you had a heart. What? Oh no, that's not good. Wait, she's just helping herself into the village? Wait, what? That would be kind of a twist, though. They were secretly goddesses all this time. Oh, by the way, did you see the thing on Discord, by the way? Not sure if you're wanting to join that. Oh, hi. We gotta heal. Oh, there's the Doomstone. Go for it. Oh, hold on. Ah. I keep overturning it. There we go. And be done. Okay. Didn't know if you wanted to join for it. What is this? In midnight? Oh, you mean like WoW Wades? Well, hopefully she actually... World quests. I never saw it. Alright, no problem, Way. What the hell is she even doing? He just goes with it. Sure, sure. Never again. Oh no. No! Party members that... Oh no! They're all abandoning me. Party members are so short-lived in this. Never. No, I'm just kidding. Lyles, pants on files. Wait, are you saying the lack of wishes is causing the end of the world? Oh wait, now ooh, interesting. Butterfly companion. You don't get to see what their abilities are. Huh. It's a giant talking bear. Yeah, I'm pampered and don't do anything. And she's just bringing more people in. I'm sure they're gonna love that. You know, that bit of the music though, it's really soft, so I'm not sure how easy it was to hear, but that little bit of music that was just before that, like, reminds me of one of the themes in Final Fantasy IX. So it's all for a boat to fly. Who could have saw that coming? Well, I mean, I could have. I mean, there's literally like you know, like a Swan JRPG where you go to the moon on a ship. You know, I mean, that's not like a new concept for me, to be honest. You're all crazy. So, like, is this a dungeon, or is this just gonna be kind of a just go up and you're there? I gave him an apple pie, and thus I made progression. Okay, deal. You got the. Oh, get no pie in here, God. So hopefully we don't have to do any shenanigans to get this thing in use. Oh no. Has everyone been to this village as a kid? Wait, are you saying the goddess is dead? Oh, I thought it was like a the way it looked, I thought it was like a elevator thing. Feel like a dumbass now. Uh-huh. Get a life? Insurance premiums are due. I don't think that's how kingdoms work. I'm not sure I understand why she needs to talk to Pam exactly. That part kind of confuses me a little. Oh well. Should I check maybe the shop seal? I mean, I think I probably should just see if there's any interesting upgradable stuff. Assuming they're all shop seal. But I imagine we're basically nearing the end of this chapter. But party members. Anyway, so what we got here? Looks like there's a carpenter. I think that's supposed to be like furniture, I guess. Wood cutting. Bed. It doesn't look like they have an actual traditional shop, it looks like. So, I guess it's just safe to just... Okay, I thought I saw something when we go home. And then probably have this chapter finished up. Still don't know what we'll need to talk to Pam about exactly here, though. Wait, so she turned into human and then all those conversations were with her? Yay, money! Another chapter done. Progression. Oh, what a look. Less party members. Rest in peace. Wait, what? What the hell was that about? Oh. For some reason, I just enjoyed having these deep conversations with Pam. Welcome back, Way. Oh no. Probably have to go back to the forest people and do forest people things. Very foresty. Met the great spirit of doom. I mean, hi. Tell me, 0.2. Not getting too many levels nowadays. Let's see. Babu. Level up. Alright, well, that's another thing. I think when we looked up, like a game FAQ guide to get an idea how far in the game, I think there's only like 1 or 2 more chapters, I think, if I'm numbering correctly, I think. So, we're getting to the end of the game. We're getting to the end. Surprisingly, still not anything, like, really difficult. Like, it makes me really wonder, like, is this game even really have, like, a actual final boss of any kind, really? I don't know.